r/AskReddit by Redmond Dtes. What's the most memorable quote you have ever came across that stayed with you forever? Givers must set boundaries because takers never do. Reminds me of one I love. Being nice has a price that the genuine never pay and the fake can't afford. You don't have to set yourself on fire to keep others warm. Give man a fire, he's warm for a day. Set a man on fire, and he's warm for the rest of his life. Once I became a parent. The days are long, but the years are short. Comparison is the thief of joy. People will forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not a weakness, that is life. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. We see this in practice in America daily in nearly every avenue regarding the education system. As it turns out, the illiterate of the 21st century are actually illiterate. According to the teachers on Reddit anyway. When I got engaged, an old woman I worked with pulled me aside and said, "Oh hun, I know you love her. Make sure you like her too. 18 years married. Never been happier." When I lost my 17-year-old son, I found a quote that reads, "It's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years." It stayed with me because in that short time he lived, he filled his days with a deep and honest caring for others, joyous laughter and fun, and a special spirit that was irresistibly contagious to everyone who was lucky enough to know him. The difference between a dream and a goal is a deadline. The true test of a man's character is how he treats someone that can offer him nothing. One moment of patience, in a moment of anger, can save 1,000 moments of regret. And those who were dancing were thought to be crazy by the ones who couldn't hear the music. People overestimate what they can accomplish in 1 year and underestimate what they can accomplish in 5. The version I heard was, most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a year. But your version also holds true. A great man plants trees, the shade of which he'll never sit beneath. Beware of he who would deny you access to information, for in his heart he dreams himself your master. What is the price you pay for the money you make? On a similar note, someone once told me that there's a big difference between earning money and receiving money. Most people earn more than they receive, and the ones that receive the most usually haven't earned it. If I become like you, who will be like me? One of my employers had it on the wall of the office in early 1990s, and it stuck with me ever since. I have heard of a quote which is somewhat similar to this. If you ain't who you are, who are you? We accept the love we think we deserve. Straight up explains a lot of relationships that don't make sense. Personality predates ideology. Before they were a fascist, they were a bully and an asshole. Brennan Lee Mulligan's philosophy professor. My mom told me years ago, don't get good at a job you hate. I'm also Native American and my tribe tells me, how can you soar like an eagle if you surround yourself with turkeys? I never understood what that meant till I got older. Just because it's not your fault doesn't mean it's not your responsibility. You'll stop caring what people think about you when you realize how seldom they do. This one has stuck with me since hearing it as a young sergeant. Leadership is solving problems. The day soldiers stop bringing you their problems is the day you have stopped leading them. They have either lost confidence that you can help or concluded you do not care. Either case is a failure of leadership. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man. The proper function of man is to live, not to exist. I shall not waste my days in trying to prolong them. I shall use my time. You teach people how to treat you. I heard this from a woman I don't respect or particularly like, and she wasn't speaking to me. I heard it loud and clear though, and have repeated it throughout the years. It made me stop and really think about what I will accept and what I won't, so that I can teach that going forward. If you wouldn't let someone live in your house, don't let them live in your head. It's a shame this will get buried, since there's already so many comments here, as I personally think this quote is perhaps the most relevant sentiment to the state the world is currently in that I've ever heard. From the late great Desmond Tutu. There comes a point where we need to stop just pulling people out of the river. We need to go upstream and find out why they are falling in. The world today is far too focused on treating symptoms, yet completely unwilling to address the root causes of the disease. You might seem insignificant, but you have forever changed everything, and everyone you touched, the world is changed for you having existed. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Ain't no shame holding on to grief, as long as you make room for other things. After losing a good friend, then my grandmother, and then my mother in quick succession. From a freshman environmental science class. When faced with adversity, an organism only has 3 options. Adapt, migrate, or die. My dying grandmother told me on her deathbed. Having sex is like playing bridge. If you don't have a good partner, you'd better have a good hand. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more. Have a nice evening.